You know, there's a lot of talk about the scouting combine, whether it's a necessity, whether it should go away, whether it should be changed. Jerry Jones, meeting with reporters last week, specifically wanted to be asked about it so he could share his thoughts. Among other things, he said he's for continuing to work to really make this thing appropriate. I think we can make it just exactly like it would if you were interviewing for a major company or something like that and ask those kinds of questions. Players really should, in my mind, appreciate the promotion. They really should, and I know it's effective. I know it's financially impacting individuals, making them better. If you really want to maximize how this could turn out for you, to me, you should take advantage of the opportunities that you might have. That's not anything but just business. So basically saying it's not personal, it's just business. But I'll defer to what I wrote last night because we're going to end up spending the rest of the show arguing about this. The NFL benefits tremendously from the fact that this is not the way a major company works. Because you know what, Chris, when an applicant shows up for a job with a major company, if the major company pisses the applicant off, the applicant goes and works somewhere else. When you are in a draft environment, you can piss that applicant off all you want. You can still draft him and force him to come work for you if you choose to. And I think the fact that these guys have no real alternative is one of the reasons it's contributed to these intrusive and dehumanizing factors. Not to mention the fact that they're all conditioned to believe it's an honor and a privilege to be asked intrusive and dehumanizing questions and be paraded around in their underwear and to be asked to go out and, perform the dog and pony show for money, not for them, but for the league on the surface of Lucas Oil Stadium. So the whole thing is happening under the umbrella of you have no alternative. You're going to submit to this draft, and you may get drafted by that team that pissed you off mightily when they met with you at the combine.
Yeah, I get that. It's not, maybe prototypical or maybe not totally ideal. It is tough. It is, and yeah, I wish there was maybe a hair more respect or, a little bit better tactical type of questions. And we do definitely, seem to err towards disrespect every now and then. And, every year we kind of seem to hear one story of that when it comes to teams questioning a player or whatever. I still think it's a very necessary tool, as we've discussed, the combine and all of that. And, at the same time, too, it is a little different than most jobs out there, too, because it is in the public eye. It's the biggest thing in our country. It's very young people being thrown tons of money. So you got to ask some tough questions and do some digging to figure out those guys. And yeah, it's not ideal. I get it, but it's still a pretty damn good system they got, is what I would say. But it's not perfect. And yeah, there's some things they could do to tweak it and at least make it a little bit better for players.
The young players are being thrown tons of money because the teams want the best possible players because they want to win football games and they have to spend that money. That's the thing. We always lose sight of the fact that this is for the benefit of the teams to find the best possible players. And somebody's going to be picked first overall. Somebody's going to pick second. Somebody's going to be picked in every spot. They want to make sure they're getting the players that help them be the best they can be as a team, but somebody's getting all that. That's the thing. This idea that it helps the players, well, it may help some players, it may hurt other players. It helps the teams. It helps the teams use their draft picks as best they possibly can. That's who it's for. It's not for the players. It's for the teams. And it's disingenuous for Jerry Jones to act like it benefits the players. It benefits the teams. It helps them pick the best players that will help the team win football games.
It helps them.
That's what it's all about.
It helps them more, no doubt, but it does help the players. I mean, it does. I don't. You can't argue that too. It does help. I mean,
How's it help them?
Well, one, I mean, again, the workout itself helps people. We see that happen every year where it opens. Oh, whoa, he is what I thought he was in film. Or whoa. I wasn't sure, like we talked about.
You did at a pro day.
Well, okay, but, you get a better look here. It's not always your perfect thing. And then, but also you get more of a chance, too, to, hey, I'm just saying to sell yourself, right? And there is a lot of team. Oh, man, we met him, and whoa, did we love this guy? We kind of thought he was this type of player, but now we got to see him in person and measure him and do that type of stuff and got to talk to him. Whoa, he jumped up 20 or 30 spots for us on our draft board. It does help them, but yeah, ultimately you're right. It favors the league and the process they are. But again, I'm not going to argue against it. It's the number one sports league in the world. It's not even close right now as far as what it makes. So, it is working pretty damn well as far as what we got right now in this formula.
But here's the point. the scouting combine has issues and problems with the way the players are treated because they can, because the teams can. Again, because the players don't get to choose where they go. Imagine how different it would be. And I don't want to start into an whole argument about I think the draft should go away, because I still think the draft should go away. But if there was no draft and you had to recruit these kids, no one would be asked, is your mother a prostitute? No one would be asked intrusive questions. They would be kissing their asses if they had to recruit them. That's the one tangible benefit to the players of there being no draft. They would no longer treat you like pieces of meat. They would treat you like human beings that had to form a relationship with you to get you to choose to go work for them. That would be a very tangible benefit to the players right out of the gates, because now you're recruited. You're not treated as just like somebody who we get to pick and choose who we want, and you have no say over it.
Yeah.
That would help the players. But again, it's never going to happen.
Well, I think if we got into lawyers and young kids that were coming out and we're going, hey, we're going to throw you millions of dollars right away, there would be some more research into their life and maybe some of those questions asked too. There's not quite that risk in a lot of other worlds of or business.
You can find all that out. You can find all that out without treating them like shit face to face. That's my point. A lot of these players get treated like shit face to face. It's gotten better, and they're more sensitive to it, but it's all part of this macho head game that they play with these guys, and I'd like to think that that's evolving out of the sport, because that doesn't prove anything for anyone. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.